What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Hot List. I'm your host, Matt Johnson with Keller Williams Realty. I come to y'all Monday through Friday around 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. We hang out and talk real estate. We talk properties new to the market with recent price reductions or something unique about the property that I want to share with y'all and want y'all to know. I also answer a question of the day that is submitted by a listener of the podcast to find out how you could get your question answered on air. Just stick around till the end. Finally, I recognize and thank a sponsor of the week each and every single week. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the week and being featured on the hot list, just hang out with me for a few minutes and I will get you some information. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to listen, share this out. Make sure that you like, subscribe, wherever you're listening to this on your podcast player of choice. And for those joining me live, I greatly appreciate you as well. Now, in the hot list, like I mentioned, we do talk about properties new to the market as well as something unique about the property. Even in a market like this where the houses are going quickly, it's still worth talking about and mentioning because you may not see them right away versus how often I see them just because I do this every day. So as long as these houses that we talk about in these episodes are still for sale, the link in the description you can will take you right to my website and you can see the property for yourself. Just a reminder that when these properties go under contract or are sold, those links will become inactive and no longer work. Just have to give you a little disclosure there. So the property that we are talking about today, the address is 301 West 11th Avenue right here in Emporia. Now, when you first hear me describe this house, you're going to think that's not right. That's not a residential house. Just just bear with me. So, this house is a 10-bedroom, 4-bathroom house. It does have an attached 2-car garage. It has 6,120 square feet of finished space, currently listed for 279,000 courtesy of Eck Real Estate. Now, what is unique about this home? Yes, it is 10 bedroom. It also is a 2-story, and it is close to the downtown Emporia area as well as Emporia State University. Also, what is unique about this house, it has 3 kitchens and 3 HVAC units. That is pretty uncommon around here. And it also has a storage shed in the back, partially fenced, and it's got a cool little breezeway in there as well. So while the house is still active and for sale, if you click on the link in the description, that's going to take you right to my website so you can see the property for yourself. And if you have any questions, you can jump back here to Facebook or podcast player of choice, let me know, or reach out to me directly through my website. Before I get to the question of the day, I do want to recognize and thank our sponsor of the week this week, and that is the Lyon County Boosters. They are a newly affiliated organization. They are a fundraising group, and because of what they've done, for those that don't know, I am a member, co-founder of this organization. My business partner and I saw a need last year. We came together and decided to do a fundraising event to help support local businesses that were affected by COVID. Because of the success we had last year, we decided to do it again this year. We're having a great response from it as well, even with the PPP loans and the help that is out there. Not every business qualifies for that. And for that reason, we are doing it again this year. We would like to continue to grow this and do this year after year, maybe not just for those affected by the pandemic, but for future events and other events down the road. So last year we were able to help. We raised $4,400 and we were able to donate that to 4 entities here in the Lyon County area. This year we're doing things a little bit different. We actually have an application process, so we can take into account a few more things and we can get more information from you or your business so we can better make a decision. So I've included a link in the description that's going to take you right to our website that is an application for funds. All you got to do is just click on the link that is the B4B Funds app. Click on that. That's going to take you right to the Lyon County Boosters website where you'll see Bowling for Businesses Funds application. Just fill that information out and that will go right to myself as well as Josh Young, who is my business partner. Now, just a reminder, we are also having our second annual Bowling for Businesses event coming up this Saturday, June 12th at Flint Hills Lanes. If you click on the link in the description, that's going to take you right to our Facebook page, or you can go to bowlingforbusinesses.com and you can get live updates of what lanes and what times are available, sponsorship opportunities, or if you want to volunteer for the event as well, you can also reach out to us through there. So please make sure that you sign up. If you're not a bowler, maybe somebody in your family or your coworkers, friends, whoever it may be, share this out, get this in front of them. We have a goal to raise more than we did last year. Our goal this year is $8,000 after expenses. So we need your help in order to do that and make this successful. So please share this out and get this in front of people. We would greatly appreciate it. And I know just like the businesses last year, the business that receives it this year will greatly appreciate it as well. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the week and be featured on the hot list, all you got to do is shoot me a message through Facebook or the podcast player that you are listening to this on. I will have a further conversation with you about what it takes to become a sponsor of the week and be featured on the hot list. No, not everybody is featured or granted to be a sponsor of the week. I do have some stipulations cut off, and I do have to say no to some people. We may not see eye to eye, or business conflicts, or may not just work out for whatever reasons. So if you're interested, just shoot me a message, let me know, drop a comment in the podcast player of choice. So the question of the day, I do this is my favorite portion of the show because there's times it not only educates me, but I get to educate you as well as other people. So if you have a question about real estate, you're not sure where to start, I would be happy to be the real estate resource that you reach out to and start with. If you have that question, there's a great chance that somebody else has that same question, or maybe it's more of a concern about their home or about real estate in general, and they're not sure where to start. Some of these that I get may be outside of my wheelhouse, and a lot of these I will end up talking to somebody who's more knowledgeable than me and doing some research as well. So I'm not only educating everyone listening to this, oftentimes I'm educating myself as well. Question of the day: what are smart locks and are they beneficial? Well, we have talked about smart homes, networks, smart openers, and smart vents throughout the house. So where do smart locks come into play? I will tell you personally, these would have been great about 10 years ago when my oldest 2 kids were living at home, because my son, for one, I think we made him 5 or 6 keys, lost every single one. My daughter went through at least 3 of them. So smart locks then would have been amazing and a lifesaver. I know the keys don't cost that much to make, but they are kind of a pain in the ass to do. So had these been available then, absolute lifesaver. And there's no doubt that security for yourself, your home, your loved ones is absolutely important. And as technology grows in popularity, we are seeing an increasing number of homeowners that are actually turning to high tech solutions for that home security to kind of raise that level up. Now, many of us are familiar with the smart doorbells, like, or even the cameras, like the Ring, the Nest, the Google Nest Hello, and the cameras available. What a lot of folks don't realize, many homeowners don't realize, it's also possible to upgrade your door locks to smart locks. Now, these are available in a variety of designs. So I'm not going to go into specifics today because each one might be a little bit different. And these can offer some pretty interesting options to those who want to take their home security to the next level. What we're going to get into today are going to be 3 need to knows about smart locks. So, number one, we're going to start off with what are smart locks. Great place to start, kind of give you a little background and specifically what they are. The name kind of says it all. Smart locks have a smart connected function, whether it's to a home network or some type of app on a device. These allow you to lock or unlock remotely without the need to physically unlock with a key. Some offer different status monitoring, and what this does is allow the homeowner to see whether doors are locked or unlocked, as well as allow you to see if a door is open or closed. So, those of us that have teenagers, preteens, and we all know how great they are at shutting doors, locking doors behind them. This is just another way to kind of help add a little bit of security as well as peace of mind, knowing they did what they said or they were supposed to do. Now, a lot of these are fully electronic smart locks that are available and can only be opened remotely. However, a majority of the smart locks do feature a physical keyhole and or numeric keypad just in case maybe the power's out, for whatever reason, lost a connection, not able to establish it. A lot of them do have the physical key or keypad for that reason. Most smart locks can lock, unlock, as well as monitor the door or the lock itself using a smartphone app or connected home device or hub device like Google Home or Amazon Alexa. Some also have remote fobs available. Think of like the vehicle fobs that you have, so they can control the lock remotely as well. And for those that are super high tech and willing to spend a little bit more, there are smart locks available that have a biometric feature allowing you to lock or unlock the device simply by touching your fingerprint to the reader, just like your cell phone. Number two, we're going to get into smart lock advantages. These, by allowing the lock, unlock remotely instead of using a key, this does allow you to get in and out of your house quicker when your hands are full or in an emergency situation. The remote feature comes in handy if you realize you forgot to lock the door, or I mentioned kids forget to either shut the door or lock the door, or if you have someone stop by, they need to pick something up or drop something off, you can allow them temporary access or allow them access long enough to get what they need and then lock the door behind them. This also gives you a greater degree of control over who can access your home, because many of these you can connect with other devices like the doorbells and camera that we mentioned earlier. And this allows you to see who's at your door as well. On top of this, just like we've talked with other smart devices, you can create timers and routines. You can do the same thing with the locks as well. So if you get home at a certain time, or your child gets home at a certain time, the door will automatically unlock at that time to allow them to get in the house. And finally, number 3, installing smart locks. Now, majority of these aren't typically more difficult than what a standard lock is, and they do, just keep in mind, they will have more post installation setup that's going to be required, connecting them to Wi-Fi, your network, whatever the case may be. A lot of these do function as a deadbolt. Some of them will also incorporate a doorknob or standard lock as well. So it depends on what style that you buy. And depending on that style, you may have additional components such as a solar panel or a battery that would be a backup system if something were to go wrong or lose connection. Many of the ones on the market as well can be integrated into a lock mechanism, or they can just stay separate on their own. That's entirely up to you. Now, once the smart lock is installed, you do have to configure it with the app on your smartphone, or if you have a smart home network, you have to configure it with the Wi-Fi and other devices. Generally, this is pretty straightforward. It's designed for people like me. It's similar to pairing, your Bluetooth device with a phone. So again, it is pretty simple, pretty user-friendly for the most part. After setup is complete, your locks should function without any issues, and you can use they may have a digital key or Bluetooth connection. So those are going to be the top 3 need to knows about smart locks. Again, we just covered what they are, the advantages, and some of the need to knows about installing them. So if you have a question about real estate, make sure you keep those questions coming, because without your question, I'm not able to do the question of the day section. And when you ask that question, that gives me future content for other episodes just like this one. So make sure you keep those questions coming. I greatly appreciate it. Until tomorrow, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, I'm your host, Matt Johnson with Keller Williams Realty. I do this because your experience matters and should be trusted with a veteran. Y'all have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you in here tomorrow. Take care.